Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Or they're just ones I've used a million times. So I just go for, I mean, I think I probably used Latveria and Forest Moon of Endor several times in the last 3.5 years, but you know, you do what you can do. You do what you can do. And I was running a little late tonight. We're getting a little bit of a later start tonight because I hadn't started the rundown because I was very happily watching Spider-Man 2 with my son. For the first
Nice.
time. Sam Raimi's classic superhero film, Spider-Man 2. And goddamn, what a great movie that is. That movie
It really
rules.
is. See, now tonight I was supposed to I had a moment where I was like, "All right, dude, what do you want to do? You want to like watch a movie, play a board game, whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's watch a movie." And I went to the bathroom. And I came back and he had come upstairs, and in that time, somehow my wife had put on a Christmas movie.
Ooh.
And he didn't really want to watch it, and I didn't really want to watch it. But
it was on.
it's one of those where it got to the point where it was like, this is a lesson thing that we're doing here of like, you sometimes have to watch things that you don't want to watch.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
God
Yep.
damn it, now I got to do this too. And yeah, here we are.
Yep.
So I went from thinking I was going to watch like Raiders of the Lost Ark to Noel with Anna Kendrick. Like, not quite the same.
It wasn't even like Elf or something.
No,
Fun.
no, it was
I
like,
guess I've never seen that movie. Maybe Noelle is very fun. I don't know. I've never seen
it could be worse. Let's put it that way.
Could
But
be.
it
Okay.
definitely was not a good 8-year-old Christmas movie either. So we learned something.
Sure. Sure. That's always like the worst. I mean, not the worst, but a very annoying thing about being a parent is when you have to take your child to something that you do not want to go to.
Yeah.
But they should go to it for whatever reason. Either they made a commitment or
Yep.
whatever. And then they tell you that they don't even want to go.
Right. Like,
and you
but
have to be like, no, we're going because blah,
Yep.
blah, 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 blah. But like, no one in the car wants to be going
Right.
where they're going at all.
One of you actively hates
Just
it.
so
The
badly
other's
wanna give it.
disappointed. And the other, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You just want to be like, okay, yeah, you're right. I
Right.
don't want to go either. Let's not go.
Yep.
But nope. Gotta raise them right.
Yep. It's like, damn it, he said yes to whatever mom wanted to watch, and that's what we
Mhm.
ended up with.
Yes, yep. But anyway, Spider-Man 2 is great. He liked it, but he thought it was too scary because you know what?
Mm.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
scary
guess
for
when
a
you
9-year-old.
objectively think about it, yeah, there's moments.
Raimi really kicks in the
The Raimi, yeah,
in 2 more than he did in 1. Like the scene where every action scene is pretty scary.
Yeah.
Where the accident happens that turns turns him into Dr. Octopus,
Yeah.
like the glass flying at the woman that kills her and she falls over, and
Yep.
then like there's a lot of screaming. There's a lot of people screaming in terror, which I think really rattled my son quite a bit. Like he's grabbing, whether it's Aunt May or Mary Jane at the end, they're just like,
Yeah.
while he's climbing up the building. And my son was like, I don't like this. They're screaming. There's so much screaming. Like,
Why?
yeah.
Why is everybody mad? What is
The
scared?
scene when they're trying to cut the arms off of him,
Yeah.
and the arms come to life and murder everybody in there. I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty intense. Pretty
Yeah.
intense.
It's one of those where when you look back on it, it's like, one, they had him on rails a little. Two, they gave Raimi the keys to the car. It was just
Yeah.
like, you go make a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. And then 3, they put way too many rails on him.
Right. They were
That
like,
he couldn't-
wait, this
couldn't do what
worked
he wanted
well.
to do.
Let's find a way to shove more things in it. No, don't
Exactly.
do that.
Yeah. He just made 2 of the greatest superhero movies of all time. Let's put him in a box this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if he can fight his way out. He can't. Anyway, this show is sponsored by Funky Town Comics and Vinyl in Camillus and in Cicero, New York. Were you at Funky Town at all this week?
I was. Actually, I think I was there
I was as
twice.
well. Oh, nice.
Might have been there twice. Yeah, because I did
Full list.
I had a lot of crazy stuff going on one day, and my wife had to take my son to get a birthday present for the party he was at today, and she was like, "Listen, you got an hour, just do whatever you want." I'm like, and I went down to Home Depot, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go over and BS at the shop for a bit, and those guys are always good for a chat, and can't go wrong.
Always good. Yep. That's right. That's right. I went and picked up my pull. And I
Yeah.
got to say, maybe this won't last for the entirety of this run, but other books that have been on my pull list, yeah, I get them, but I don't necessarily come home and read them immediately. So far, for the first 3 issues of Matt Fraction's run on Batman, I come home and I read it immediately.
Yeah.
Or it's like as soon as I get the chance to read it, I read it. And it's great. It's great. I don't know if you've had the chance to read the 3rd issue yet, but
I have not, because I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
So there was a mess up in that I had mentioned I wanted to add it, but didn't get the signals got crossed a little, and it was mostly on me. But on the flip side, Mike was like, "Listen, we screwed up. I know we had this conversation. I'm going to find you one. So I'm going to have one in my pull box next week."
You know what? Yeah, and shout out to Mustache Mike being true to his word. Last week, when I went in on Thursday to see if they had any leftover copies of Absolute Batman Annual,
Yep.
in which I'm sure anyone who has any kind of comics in their algorithm saw screenshots from Absolute Batman Annual where he is just mercilessly beating a group of white supremacists and Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I got to get that book. Apparently, everyone else had the same thought. Went to Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, or their local comic book store, and bought all the copies right up. And I said to Mike, I was like, oh, I just kind of stopped in to see if you had any copies of Absolute Batman Annual, just like the one Steve's holding in his hands right now. And he's like, oh, am I out of that? Oh, man, I'm sorry. It's like, you know what? I'll find you one. I was like, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. He's like, no, don't worry about it. And this past week, I went to Funky Town, and what was in my pull box? But a copy of Absolute Batman Annual. So, Mustache Mike, true to his word. Shout out to him and everyone at Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, making all of our comic book shopping just the most pleasurable that it could possibly be.
When that is a splash page,
that's the one.
You got a book here.
Yeah, that's the one. So, all right.
Also,
well,
Daniel Warren Johnson, the writer on it.
Oh, he was the writer on that one.
He's cooking with gas everywhere, man.
I love that guy.
Yep.
That guy's made some great books. Great stories.
So, you know what else was a great story?
Yeah, I do.
That I didn't know about this was happening until, or
Steve,
was officially going until I saw this.
I almost left the title of the project that we're talking about off of the rundown so it could be a surprise for you. So I could just say it and watch your face explode.
Yeah, I know we had talked about this kind of being a thing a while back, maybe.
Years ago.
Yeah.
The early days of this podcast, we talked about it, and there's some information on that as well. But we're talking about a movie that has been announced to be in development. And guess what? That's almost everything we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Is movies that have been announced that are being made, because there's not a ton of news. Not a ton of real anything kind of news this week. But a lot of announcements, and none of them have anything to do with Star Wars, DC, or Marvel.
Right. So
They're
after our
all
huge
in
Star Wars episode
miscellaneous
last
category.
week, 0 Star Wars
Yep.
episode this week.
Yeah, 0 Marvel, 0 DC, all living in the realm of miscellaneous. 2 of them franchises I don't think we've ever talked about on this show. Maybe talked about, but never really.
Possibly
we
3
don't
of
really
them.
cover. Oh yeah, yes, correct. Yeah, these are all outliers.
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Not things we normally talk about, except for this first one. First one we talk about any chance we get.
Absolutely.
But it's been a while since we've been able to talk about it because both of us have fell out of collecting the series.
Right.
Because there was a hiccup.
Strictly
with
out of
distribution.
availability, yeah.
Yep. And I feel like I kind of want to get back into it. Because you know what? Because I read there was a one shot that came out a week or 2 ago that I read, and it was like, I got to get back into this. This is great. It was so good. We're talking about maybe just one of our favorite comic book series currently.
Dare I say, like,
forever?
for those first couple of runs that I read, like, maybe some of my favorite comic book runs of all time.
Certainly a shot of adrenaline into my comic book loving heart. And we're talking about a series called Something is Killing the Children. My God. And guess what? There is a film version currently in development. A film adaptation of Something is Killing the Children is being produced by Blumhouse Pictures. Blumhouse movie studio, very well known for their horror adaptations. Responsible for the recent Halloween trilogy.
Well, hold on, Mike.
As if you could take that either way. Go ahead. What?
Something is Killing the Children might be a horror story?
It might be a horror story. I don't know. Apparently Blumhouse Pictures won a pretty fierce multi-company bidding war against both Lionsgate and Netflix for the film rights to Something is Killing the Children. This is a property that has kind of, Hollywood has kind of had its eye on this property since it came out because it debuted huge. It was like a big hit as soon as it came out. It debuted in 2019 from writer James Tynion IV and Werther Dell'Edera, artist. It has gone on to become the most popular horror comic book since The Walking Dead and the biggest selling indie comic book since Saga. And Walking Dead and Saga are 2 kind of pillars of the independent comic book community. I guess I don't know if Walking Dead's really independent, but Steve, as you were referencing, years ago, I think in the early days of this podcast, you and I reported that Netflix was developing a live action series based on Something is Killing the Children.
Right.
Which we were very excited about at the time. Ironically, apparently, whatever the final pitch for that was, Netflix officially passed on that just last year, 2024. But then they passed on it, so the rights were up for grabs for a film version. The Netflix's film department started doggedly pursuing the rights, as did Lionsgate, as did Blumhouse Pictures, and Blumhouse came out on top. Now, I kind of say ironically that Netflix passed on the live-action series because Blumhouse apparently has plans to create both a film adaptation and a live-action series based on the main line Something is Killing the Children and its spinoff House of Slaughter. So this is kind of like a multimedia kind of thing that they're trying to launch here. Hopefully they're not getting out over their skis like some other people have tried to do with their cinematic universes. But reports are saying that the bidding war was so kind of like intense. Was partially fueled by the success of horror this last year, specifically Zach Cregger's movie Weapons, that was like a huge summer hit this past year.
Out of nowhere.
Pretty much out of nowhere, a movie that nobody really knew anything about. I certainly didn't, but is an incredible film. If you haven't seen it, you should watch Weapons. It's on HBO Max right now. And also something like Sinners that came out early in the year, but is like a horror movie that's an independent, lower budget horror movie, but was a huge, huge hit. So, it was a kind of a big year for horror at the box office. And so, yeah, why wouldn't you want the rights to, the most popular horror comic book since The Walking Dead,
Right.
which in itself was a hugely popular franchise,
And mind
television
you,
franchise. So,
just by the title, something is killing the children. Like,
right?
they're gonna
That's
have
everything.
to.
That's everything.
Oh yeah, like when I still remember when you turned me onto this book, and it was just like, oh, I figured it was like maybe like an esoteric, like, oh yeah, something is.
Oh no.
No, literally,
Oh
first
no.
book, you're like, oh,
It's literal.
oh no, they're
The title.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah. If you haven't read the books, brace yourself, kids, because the title is literal.
Yeah.
There's something out there, and the children are not doing well.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I mean, I'd be
bad.
curious because there's like comic book ability to adapt something like that, and then there's how they have to do it in a live action sense. Like
Right.
animated, sure, like you can get away with a lot. Like Castlevania showed dead kids and stuff in the animated and whatever. There,
Sure.
but like there's also a difference between Castlevania dead and something is killing the children dead.
Yeah, and I am having a realization right now that as much as I love the book,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really hard for me to watch this movie
Uh-huh.
if they do it right.
Yeah.
Do it right. Because it was hard for me to read this comic book.
It was. And that was what
sometimes.
made it great. It was like
Yeah.
you got that emotional roller coaster.
It's like the first time I watched Jaws after having my son
Hits very
and
different.
watching the Alex Kittner scene. It was like, oh, I don't
Oh, yeah.
like this anymore.
Well, we
This is-
talked about that when I showed my wife it over the summer.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I had been talking it up, and I know she knows it's your favorite movie, and I'm like, this is like a
Right.
cinematic masterpiece, one of the best movies of all time. I consider it close to a perfect movie. And then I'm sitting there thinking, as the Kittner scene started, she was like, "Oh, he's gonna die, isn't he?" And I'm like, "No, just watch the movie." And then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, "No, he's gonna die. Like, brace yourself. Like, I can't in
for
good
a
conscience."
absolute, just geyser of blood coming out of the water.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh, I can't let you go into
Pretty
that
bad.
blind, especially after I just said no, he might be okay.
Yeah. So like thinking, like I'm remembering one specific splash page from the first arc of Something Is Killing the Children that, if depicted in film, will be
Mhm.
quite harrowing. Quite harrowing. Something That's Killing His Children in general, I've described it this way before, is kind of like an R-rated Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
There's a woman
Yep.
whose job it is to kill monsters, and she kind of roams from town to town. She's assigned to go to different places by her bosses, which turns out to be a whole can of worms. But the trick, or the twist, I should say, is that in this world, monsters can only be seen by people that have this gift to fight them, like the main character, whose name is
Yep.
Erica Slaughter. Badass fucking name right
Yeah.
there.
And we find out later that may not be her actual name, but
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
still extremely badass title.
Badass name.
Yeah.
Badass title. Kids can see the monsters, but adults can't see the monsters. So adults don't believe the kids when they say, oh, there's a monster in the backyard or there's a monster in my closet. Adults don't see them. So whatever. Only kids can see them because the kids believe in them. Parents don't. So that's kind of like a twist on, the Buffy comparison, at least. But makes for a very interesting world and very interesting storytelling. So Something Is Killing the Children, in development from Blumhouse Pictures. I'm incredibly excited about this. I hope they knock it out of the park. If they do it well, then I feel like this has the potential to be a very long-running and culturally significant horror franchise. the title alone is gripping. The Erica Slaughter character, like the way she looks, what she wears, that mask and the tank top,
Yeah.
that's iconic horror character like depiction right there. So like
Right.
this has the ability to be just the next big thing in horror.
Yeah. Well, that's for the thumbnail
Genre.
for the show. I used the you remember the Frizzen die cut covers?
Yeah,
That were the Frizzen faces and
got
then
it.
the mask fold over it.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that picture is just that's good.
I'm kind of thinking that I need to see if there's like a big collection or like there's probably not an omnibus yet, but I think I need a collected edition of these so I can reread them easily.
Yeah, I got to find out
instead of
what
getting
I
out my
what I don't have the floppies. Actually, I got to find out who has volume 1 and 2 of my trades.
yeah, you should.
So
Yeah. I got to reread these things.
yeah,
I gotta
if
reread
anyone's
some of these.
listening and has that or has those of mine, feel free to give them back.
Yeah, please do that so he can read them. So yeah, that's the one I'm most excited about. All the movies we're talking about tonight. One that I could take or leave. It's I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about the franchise Gremlins? Do you have
Not
any,
at all.
like ties to that franchise, really?
No, I feel like that was
I don't think I
probably
ever
one of those movies in the 80s that I watched a little before I should have and then didn't really care
Oh,
about after
yeah.
that.
My memory of watching Gremlins is that it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Specifically, there was one jump scare at the end. I have seen it since, and I thought it was fine. But it wasn't a movie that really like dove inside of my heart the way some other movies did when I saw them when I was a kid. And I never saw the second one, Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
No.
But maybe I'll watch Gremlins 2 in time to watch Gremlins 3 that was just announced this week. Warner Brothers has announced that they're making a third Gremlins movie. Not a reboot. They're literally calling it Gremlins 3, at least for now. Director Christopher Columbus, who wrote the original Gremlins for director Joe Dante, is returning. Christopher Columbus has directed many films, including a couple Harry Potter movies, Home Alone, what have you. He's returning to co-write the film and also is in line to direct it himself. Steven Spielberg also returning as executive producer, as he was on the first two. Columbus will be writing the movie with Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, who are the two directors of this summer's Final Destination film, Final Destination Bloodlines.
Today I learned that
And this
came
movie's
out this
dated.
movie.
Sorry, what's that?
I said today I learned there was a new Final Destination that came out this year.
There was a new Final Destination that came out this year. I was told by multiple sources that it was very good and that it yes, it's a horror movie. Yes, it's a franchise movie, and it's like whatever the sixth movie in the
Right.
franchise, but it's actually a really good film. It's very well made, and despite the trappings of whatever franchise, it's like just a really well made
Yeah.
film. So I watched it, and it was just a schlocky, dumb Final Destination movie.
Right.
For me.
Hey.
It was kind of I would say it came overhyped for me.
Right. And it might have been one of those where if you saw it without any hype, you'd been like, yeah, it was better than what I expected.
Yeah. Also, it was only like a year or two ago that I sat down and watched all the Final Destination movies for the first time. I had never seen any of them. And kind of like a thing where like I get it. I get why people like these, but also they don't really work for me. Like they're it's kind of fun. Seems like creative ways to get killed, basically. That's all it is. But my thing with Final Destination is the whole thing is like, we should have died. We escaped death, and now death is after us.
Right.
But I'm just like, well, everybody dies, and nobody knows how or when they're going to die. So how is it different from anybody else ever?
Right. Like you escape death, so death sets up a giant Rube Goldberg machine for you to not die a couple more times before you die.
Right. Yeah. But also, like, maybe that's just the way that you were gonna die anyway.
Right.
What are you talking about? Death comes for us all.
Yeah.
Maybe you died in a weird Goldberg contraption, or maybe you just die. I don't know. You know, like, who cares? It's not a conspiracy. Not everything's a conspiracy. Just because you didn't die in a roller coaster doesn't mean that you're gonna die with a log truck smashing into your face. I don't know.
Oh, the
Trying to
log
think of
truck.
other kills. So there is, I will say, there is a great reference to the log truck kill at the end of Final Destination Bloodlines.
Is there?
I would say Bloodlines is probably the best of the Final Destination films, but for me, pretty low bar.
Fair.
Anyway, those guys are co-writing Gremlins 3, and not only is this movie announced, it's dated. They must be far enough along. They have a release date, November 19th, 2027. So we got to wait 2 years for Gremlins 3. But pretty good release date considering, I mean, again, I haven't seen the second one, but the first one is a Christmas movie. So if we're keeping with that theme,
Right.
not a bad idea to put it out in November. Got to wait till 2027, but I don't know. And they did an animated series, right? Didn't they do an animated series last year for HBO Max? The
Yeah, I
Mogwai
remember.
series? I don't think I heard anything about that. I know it existed, but Steve, how do you feel about Gremlins 3?
Sure. Like, I have
Have you seen
zero.
Gremlins 2?
No, I don't believe I have.
No, okay.
Unless
I
I
think I should
did
watch it.
back in like around 1990 when it came out. Like,
Right.
there's
Yeah.
no imprint on my brain that says I watched that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very over them not rebooting, but like bringing back all these old franchises that, you know,
Just to try to
were
wring some more cash
right.
out of them.
It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this was kind of a cult classic black comedy or like black horror, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That kind of became part of the cultural zeitgeist.
Yeah.
And now you just want to make another one because you figure people will show up for it. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the fact that Spielberg's executive producing it's got to lend it some kind of credibility, some kind of quality, hopefully.
I mean, he did it on the first one too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, when I rewatched the first one, like I thought it was fine.
Right.
I wasn't like, oh yeah, this is great. But it was fun, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
A little schlocky. I remember there's a moment, the moment that I remember in my soul, I'll never forget the moment that scared me to death in the original Gremlins is when you think Spike, the bad one, when you think he's dead because of the water or
Yep.
whatever, you're not supposed to get him wet, whatever the hell that is. And then, but what are the rules? Feed him after midnight. Can't feed him after midnight. Can't get him wet. And what's the third one? Isn't there a third one?
I think maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, you think Spike is dead, but then he like pops back up for like a jump scare, and he's all like gross and bubbly and weird. When that happened, I remember I like leapt from sitting on my couch. I just leapt over the back of my couch, and just hid. I was so terrified of that moment. And when it happened, when I rewatched it a year or two ago, I was like, well, yeah, it's pretty scary. Not as scary as, didn't make me leap over my couch like in previous times. But so yeah, Gremlins 3. It's happening, folks. Get excited, I guess. Or get
completely
I
ambivalent.
don't know. Or be ambivalent about Gremlins 3. Something that now back to something that I am excited about.
Keeping the creature away from sunlight. That was the
Sunlight.
third.
That's what it was. The sunlight is what kills Spike at the end of the original Gremlin, I believe. It's also funny. I feel like I heard someone else mention this once, but in Gremlins, when he's got like a bunch of them,
Yep.
he's got like
There's like 5 of them. After he got him wet.
What's the main one? What's the main one's name?
Gizmo?
Gizmo. I knew it was. I was like,
I wanted to say
I could think of was
Gidget.
Gimli.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not Gimli.
It's definitely not
Gimli is
Gimli.
a dwarf. Yeah.
Also small,
It's
not that small.
yeah.
Also furry, not that
Uh,
furry.
But there's a scene where the main guy is talking to his like girlfriend or something about the Gremlins, and he says like, "That one's Spike. He's their leader." And it's like, how do you just named him that? They didn't tell you his name was Spike. Like, you're just making that up. What are you talking about? Anyway,
Writing in the 80s was not
Gremlins
really a strong point.
yeah, no, for sure. Anyway, this next movie that was announced this week, and it was not officially announced, just talked about by one of the producers of the film. Something I'm very excited about, and we've talked about Muppets, I think, at least briefly on this show before.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago even.
Certainly not something that comes up all the time.
No.
Occasionally, there's a Muppet related thing that happens.
Today is one of those days.
Today is one of those days, and this is an official thing that we're talking about. While being interviewed this past week on the Las Culturistas podcast, Oscar-winning actor Jennifer Lawrence, someone who I quite like, she dropped the news that she and fellow great actress Emma Stone. What? Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone? Sign me up. I'm already in. The two of them together are producing a Miss Piggy movie that is being written by Cole Escola. And she also said that it's very likely that those two actors, her and Emma Stone, will appear in the film. A Miss Piggy movie.
So 2 Oscar winners and Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Jennifer Lawrence was then later this week. She's promoting a film with that she's in with Robert Pattinson currently.
Not the Batman.
Oh, not the Batman. Oh man, if she was in the Batman, that'd be great. I started rewatching the Batman again recently, just so you know.
For anyone listening, that can just be a standing statement from Mike. Once every 2 months, there's probably you know what? I started watching the Batman again.
It's honestly it's a comfort movie for me at this point.
Which is hilarious that one of the darkest Batman movies,
scariest Batman
in the
movies.
world is Mike's comfort movie.
It's just great. I don't know. It's great. I love it so much.
I mean,
anyway.
I guess of the Star Wars films, Empire Strikes Back is where I go to. So, like, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So she later appeared on The Tonight Show, Jennifer Lawrence, promoting this film that she's in called Die, My Love, I believe, with Robert Pattinson. And she said, Miss Piggy is a feminist icon. And she said it would be so funny if Miss Piggy got canceled. Now, that is not the plot necessarily, but it got our wheels turning as far as coming up with the idea. So, quote, I started kind of producing it, but Emma Stone is the big Muppet head. Also, Emma Stone is a shark. I'm just like the ideas guy. So I went to her to be like, what do we do? So now Cole is writing it, and they are perfect. They meaning Cole Escola. So this news is coming right on the heels of the announcement that Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are working on a new version of The Muppet Show, which is going to debut with a 50th anniversary special next year
70th
on Disney Plus with special guest 70th anniversary of The Muppets, 50th anniversary of The Muppet Show. I think.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so new Muppet Show episode debuting for the 50th anniversary on Disney Plus next year, starring guest star Sabrina Carpenter. So that's a pretty big get. And I am down for a new Muppet Show, especially if Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg are involved. Makes me think that they're going to... Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg seems like they are people that will understand what makes the Muppets interesting and funny. And that's something that I don't know that Bob Iger and Disney really understand
They don't.
at all. I think this is what when we've talked about the Muppets in the past, this is what we talked about. How the Muppets seemingly
Yeah.
are
They're-
not understood by Disney executives.
Right. They've been completely lost after any acquisition. Like
Yes.
post just Henson.
I will say the first movie, the movie that Jason Segel made,
Right.
The
Yep.
Muppets, excellent Muppet movie. And I thought that was like, we're back. This is going to be, the standard of Muppets from here on out. We're off to a good start with after the Disney acquisition. But if you look up any interview with Jason Segel about that movie, he will say that every day was a fight on that film to get that film to be made the way he wanted it to be made, because Disney wanted it watered down. They wanted things taken out. They didn't understand certain things. But he fought for it and he won, and he made a great movie. Since then, a lot of the efforts with the Muppets from Disney have been, maybe some are good, maybe some are not. I don't know. Some things I've enjoyed, some things I've just skipped outright. I don't know. I'm a big Muppet guy. I've loved the Muppets my whole life.
Right.
But there hasn't been a whole lot from Disney that has made me want to invest my time in their version of the Muppets. But a Miss Piggy movie from Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence definitely has my interest. And it's the kind of like curveball project that I feel like they kind of need. Like the Muppets are an ensemble, obviously. Most of the projects that are, most Muppet projects are ensemble pieces because there's a bunch of different characters. But you know what? Maybe it doesn't have to be. Maybe, sure, Kermit can show up or whatever, but yeah, make it a Miss Piggy thing. You never done that before. No one's ever made a Muppet movie about one Muppet.
Right.
Necessarily. I mean, you could argue Muppets from Space is about Gonzo, but like everyone else is still in that movie.
Right.
You're making a Miss Piggy focused movie. Great. Great. So I don't know. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know who. It's just they're working on it right now. So who knows if it's even going to happen, but I hope it does. And I hope it's great. And the Muppets deserve to be, back in the cultural conversation, I think.
Yeah. It would have been great if they'd ever made that
What's
Dr.
that?
Teeth show that they were going to.
Dr. Teeth show?
They were going to make a Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem show.
Didn't they do
like
a
2 years
special or
ago.
something?
I don't know if they did. I know they announced they were going to make one, and then it just died on the vine.
I thought they did something with the Electric Mayhem. But again, I didn't watch it because I just don't trust Disney to like make it good enough for me to invest
Right.
my time in Muppet stuff. And there's even
me
been
look
stuff
that up.
where people have said like, "Oh no, this one's really good. You should watch it." And I'm like, how good could it possibly be?
Oh
I
shit!
don't get it.
Apparently, they actually released a season of it.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
it was a series, right?
All 10
Yeah,
episodes
okay.
were released on 2023. That's about what I thought.
Wow, 10 episodes?
Yeah. And then in November 23, it was canceled after its first season, even though it was critically acclaimed.
Well, maybe I should check it out.
I'm going to have to go watch it now.
Yeah. All right. Well, come back next week, listeners, for a full report on
The Muppets
Dr. Teeth
Mayhem.
and the Electric Mayhem Series 1. I don't know.
I can say, though, like when we went to Disney a couple last month,
A couple last months ago.
I was so disappointed that Muppet 4D wasn't there. It was just
I know.
like walking past it every time, because you have to go past it to go into Galaxy's Edge in
Yep.
Disney World. And I'm
Yep.
just sitting there. I looked over every time. I'm like, ugh.
It's a
And
bummer.
some people don't, like my wife in general doesn't get the Muppets. Like, and she'll freely admit she never grew up with them, and it wasn't like a
Yeah.
thing growing up. I feel like
Wasn't a thing.
if it wasn't a thing in your household, then you don't understand them in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
Like outside of the Miss Piggy, Kermit cultural, they're everywhere type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
But-
you like know who they are,
Right, but there's no connection. Yeah.
Right.
And when they announced that they were redoing the Rock and Roller Coaster with Dr. Teeth and the rest of the Muppets, it was like, yeah, that's going to be great. Like, that needs a facelift, and I hate Aerosmith, so this works out well.
I mean, you could argue that the Muppets are certainly not as culturally relevant as they once were. I
Right.
think that's kind of inarguable,
Right.
really. That statement is inarguable. But you could also still say that more people know who the Muppets are and care about the Muppets than care about Aerosmith at this point.
True. Especially in a theme park designed for children.
Exactly. Weird that Aerosmith ever had a ride named after them, that they featured them.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a really fun roller coaster, but yeah.
It's a great roller coaster, but I'll be way more excited to ride it when it's based on Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
Yep.
Than Aerosmith, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's way more important for the Muppets to be represented in a Disney park somewhere than it is for Aerosmith to be represented anywhere, I think.
I won't disagree.
No offense to Aerosmith, of course, some great songs. In Our Hearts Forever, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, The Rest.
That's exactly how I feel.
Those are the two good ones, right?
Two songs that I enjoy of theirs, and then there's a lot of other songs they made. We should probably not clip that segment and throw it out there.
Why not? Who cares? Who's going to come after us? Steven Tyler? If Steven Tyler came after our podcast, it would be the greatest thing to ever happen to this podcast.
That is 100% true. Oh, God. Yep.
Great. Anyway, is there an Aerosmith song that's as good as either Walk This Way or Sweet Emotion? What's the third greatest Aerosmith song?
I'm sure there's something that's...
Somebody would probably say like Dream On.
Dream On I could go with.
Somebody would maybe say they have a run of like hits in the 90s.
Like the only reason I think I like Dream On is because I always thought it was a Led Zeppelin song for a long time.
Yeah.
Because it literally just sounds like a Zeppelin song.
Yeah. Crying is pretty good.
Sure, it's a thing. Loving an Elevator? No.
Loving an Elevator? Yeah, living it up on down. I kind of like that song. It's cheesy though.
It was definitely it was a song of the time, 100%.
But it's definitely not as good as Walk This Way or Sweet Emotion.
Yeah.
No way. So hey, listeners, if you're yelling at your phone right now,
right? If we have any diehard Aerosmith fans out there,
if we have any diehard Aerosmith fans in our audience, let us know what song is as good as Walk This Way or Sweet Emotion. What song are we not thinking of right now? Because I don't know. Pink? Nah, pretty cheesy.
Dude Looks Like a Lady?
Definitely not that one.
I Don't Want to Miss a
Big time,
Thing.
no.
Straight 1998 ballad of the year.
That's like that's if you're like into power ballads in general. I don't know if you get better than I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, to be honest with you. It's not necessarily my favorite Aerosmith song.
It's because they released it 10 years after power ballads were a thing, and they were able to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that was probably the height of Aerosmith like popularity in general, right?
Yeah, they had the greatest hits album came out like right before that, and then they put that out.
So we've been talking shit about Aerosmith for the last 5 minutes, but think about it. They get famous in what, the late 70s?
Yeah. It
with
was
Walk This Way, like late 70s, right?
I think Dream On was probably like 78-ish.
They kind of sputter for a little bit, but then they have this huge explosion of popularity in the mid 90s, right? With Crying and Living on the Edge, Crazy, and Shut Up and Dance, whatever. Like, and honestly, I just thought of this right now, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of it, but it's got to be due in a large part to Wayne's World, right?
Probably, yeah.
So, like the success of the sketch Wayne's World, talking about Aerosmith all the time, and they're in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Are they in the second one? Are they in the first one?
No, second
They're
one.
in the second one.
Yeah.
First one, they meet Alice Cooper.
Yep.
Second one, Aerosmith is in it at the end. They're performing at the end. So, but they had this like enormous, huge bump in their career in the 90s that kind of goes into like through the late 90s even.
Yeah. Like they're
With like I'm trying to think of that album 9 Lives. They had like Get a Grip was a huge record, and then
Yep.
like they had a called 9 Lives that was a huge hit. And they're like back on top of the world again. Like that's
right. Pink
pretty
was
impressive
1997.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't Want to Miss a Thing was 98. And then like Sweet Emotion was 1975.
Yeah. So I think Don't Want to Miss a Thing must have been like the absolute peak
Right.
of Aerosmith popularity, and then it probably started fading out again after that.
There you go.
Anyway,
We've plotted Aerosmith's career.
when
Weirdly-
we started recording almost an hour ago, did you think we were going to talk about Aerosmith for
It
this
was
long?
not anywhere near where we were. Speaking of Wayne's World, yesterday we were over at friend of the pod, Brendan Gorin's house. A couple of us were over there, and we had they had a party game that was, I think it's called Hitster.
Okay.
And basically you scan a QR code on the back of these cards, and you have to guess what year the song came out in.
Whoa.
It was
That's tough.
it was pretty cool. And it actually, you start with a card that gives you, whatever your base year is, and then you kind of work, you create a timeline off of that. And one of them that came up was the original Ballroom Blitz.
Oh, shit.
And in my brain, all I could think of is Tia Carrera in Wayne's World singing it.
Yeah.
And
that movie came out in like what, 94,
that was 90,
95,
yeah.
96?
Mid-90s? 92 to 94.
96 is too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be earlier than that. Yeah. I don't know when the original came out. When did the original come out?
1974.
74.
Yep. By Sweet.
I was thinking maybe late 70s, early 80s maybe. Wow, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, speaking of things from the 90s coming back, this next film, it's not an official announcement. However, there are reports that Mr. Brendan Fraser and Miss Rachel Weisz are currently in talks to star in a new sequel to their 1999 hit film, The Mummy. This would be directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, a duo that called themselves Radio Silence, responsible for directing a really fun, awesome horror movie called Ready or Not, and also Scream 5 and Scream 6 a couple of years ago. They are set to direct the film. There are reports that it could be a direct sequel to the second film in that franchise, The Mummy Returns, that would ignore the events of the third movie, The Mummy: Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Now, Steve, it may surprise you, and it may surprise your listeners. And when I say your listeners, I mean our listeners, because we both host this podcast
Right.
together. I have never seen The Mummy.
Same.
Really?
Never seen any of them.
Ooh, Patreon watch along.
And weirdly, both of us are big fans of Brendan Fraser. Like,
yes. And from what I hear about The Mummy, it's like an action adventure Indiana Jones style swashbuckle movie just about like, the mummy.
right.
So for somebody like me who loves Universal monsters and Indiana Jones, it seems pretty insane that I've never seen this movie.
Right. Yeah, you
Or any of
enjoy
them.
both those things, and the two main actors. Like,
Yes.
there's no reason we shouldn't watch this movie.
No reason that I should. It's really crazy that I haven't seen this movie.
Yeah.
Like legitimately wild.
I've thought about that a couple times when news about the franchise comes up, and I'm like, yeah, I should watch that, and then I never do.
I see. I'm not surprised at all that they're looking to revitalize this franchise because even before Brendan Fraser kind of had his like comeback.
Yeah.
With the Whale, but not only the Whale, like even voicing Robot Man and Doom Patrol and stuff like that. When he started like doing stuff again,
Right.
he was almost in a Batgirl movie, but no one's ever going to see that ever. Don't forget about that. Even before he kind of came back into cultural significance, I always saw people like back when I was on Twitter or now even when I'm on Threads or Blue Sky, like I still continuously for years I've seen people talk about how much they love the Mummy. A lot of people will refer to the Mummy as being their quote unquote bisexual awakening, like realizing, oh, I'm attracted to both Brendan Fraser and Rachel
Rachel
Weisz.
Weisz. Yeah.
These are both like super hot people in this movie.
Yep.
I might be bisexual. So like it's like people are still out there talking about it. Like it has a big like internet footprint.
Yeah.
So this news to me is exciting, even though I've never seen any of the franchise. It's exciting to me because I know that there is like a groundswell of support for another movie in this franchise and a groundswell of love for the original movie, at least. Again, I haven't seen the first one or the subsequent sequels, nor have I seen the Scorpion King prequel, which I've heard is abysmal.
Is that the one with Dwayne
so
The Rock Johnson?
I think he's also in the third one. I think he got a spin-off prequel based on the fact that he was in the third one.
Ah, okay.
From what I surmise. I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, listeners. But yeah, apparently Universal had no actual comment on this, so it's not like officially announced, but has been reported that the two of them are in talks to return. No surprise to me. But a welcome return.
Yeah.
This is make another Mummy movie.
Can we take a thought experiment here on Brendan Fraser?
Sure can.
1999 is when The Mummy came out.
Okay.
Mind you, serious role, like very, steeped in it. This is also the same year he played Dudley Do-Right, which
Forgot about
was
that.
definitively a movie.
Yep.
Not his debut, but his second movie he ever did. He and Pauly Shore were very tight, it seems, because he was Link in Encino Man. He was in the Army Now. He was in Son-in-Law. He was in all of the Pauly Shore movies.
I didn't realize that. He's in the Army Now?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I
don't remember that.
Well, I guess. Oh no. Okay, I got it now. Thank you to Wikipedia. He was cameoed as Link in both of those. So like he came back and had
his Encino Man character?
Yeah.
Wow.
But also Airheads, which was a cinematic masterpiece.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
And George of the Jungle.
Airheads.
Like
yeah.
But then goes to absolutely nail the like straight man in this Mummy franchise.
I guess. I haven't seen it. I cannot corroborate whether or not he nailed it. Apparently he did enough to
I was going to say
have people still care about it years later.
Yeah, for the amount it seems like people cared about that, then he did okay.
Yeah. I also remember something I know about the Mummy is it was kind of like an early example of what you can do with CGI. It was a new like the effects are crazy and they use computer animation. One of those films.
Yep.
And so planning to watch it, especially because when I was making the rundown, I asked my wife if she'd ever seen The Mummy, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I used to watch it all the time. It's a great movie." I'm like, "Oh, really?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'd still hold up." I was like, "Oh, will you watch it with me?" She was like, "Yeah, definitely." I was like, "Okay, great."
There you go.
So planning to watch The Mummy. Interested to see how it holds up. My wife seems to think it may be a Goonies kind of thing, where if you didn't see it when you were younger, it may not hit for you if you're seeing it as an adult, which I can totally understand.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to go into it open-minded and can't wait to watch it. So we'll see.
Speaking of things we can't wait to watch, Mike.
I tried to go see this movie today and I couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it happen.
I'm going to try and make it happen having Tuesday off. Whether I can make it with friend of the pod, Adam Karki, or not.
I know. I might still try to go see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because my son doesn't have school and he's going to see his grandparents for a little bit, so I might try to like maybe sneak out and see it. But I should say this: I can't record next week. I'm going to be out of town.
Yeah.
Through like Tuesday, so I don't think we're going to have a pod next week.
I may have something in the works, but don't hold your breath
Great.
on it.
Okay, I won't hold my breath at all. But if you want to do something, then do it, please, for sure.
Yeah, I more meant the listeners. At that point, you're not going to care about anything.
Yeah. I will be out of town early this week. I'll be visiting Black Spire Outpost on Batu.
Batu West?
The Batu West. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. Yeah. And some other stuff. But so I am dying to see this movie.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see Predator Badlands. So I'm trying to see it maybe tomorrow before I'm gone for a week. And not that I can't see it when I come back, but the excitement is in the air. It's in the air, and I want to be a part of that.
With the way this thing has been reviewed so far.
Yes. Predator Badlands overperformed this previous weekend at the box office, largely based on wildly positive reviews and the fact that it's PG-13.
Yeah.
Like, teenagers are going to see this movie, which is something that if you're R-rated,
right,
you're not going to see.
And teenagers were going to see other Predator movies, but they shouldn't have.
Yeah. This has made $40 million domestic and $4 million foreign, so about $80 million total. It is the highest opening for a Predator movie, bar none. Highest opening in the franchise. And I gotta say, just the fact that there's wildly positive reviews and that it's rated PG-13, I think the other factor in there is that the same guy that made this movie also has made 2 other absolute bangers of fucking Predator movies in the last few years.
Like, he gets it.
He gets it. He's got a vision. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Dan Trachtenberg, director of Prey and the animated Predator Killer of Killers, both absolutely incredible movies.
Yep.
Has made this one. He's 3 for 3, apparently. Again, we haven't seen this one, but it's
all
the only Predator movie.
Yeah.
It's the only Predator movie to receive an A- score on CinemaScore. It currently holds a 95 audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, 85 critic score. I got to say 85%. I didn't compare them all, but I feel like 85%'s got to be pretty high for a Predator movie.
From
a critical standpoint. 95 for an audience standpoint. The Hollywood Reporter quoted one executive in their article about the movie saying, quote, "This is what happens when you make good movies. People who are on the fence show up, and then they tell their friends and family to go see it." You're right, nameless executive. You're right.
Right.
Just like Steve always says. Steve has many catchphrases on this podcast. One of them being, "I'm intrigued." The other one being, "Just make good movies."
Yeah.
Just make a good movie.
It's a simple concept.
It seems like that's what they have done with Predator Badlands, a movie that I just cannot wait to see. So hopefully I get the chance to see it sometime soon. Tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then sometime.
So when you say that 85% is a good score,
for a Predator movie,
the original Predator, which everyone loves, is a 64.
Oh, wow. That's a stone cold classic. 64 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, let's get into, here we go. All right. Riddle me this. What do you think the next highest is? Now, mind you, Killer of Killers and Prey are both up there, like high. What do you think?
You're saying you are confirming that Predator Badlands is the highest rated on Rotten Tomatoes?
No. Predator Killer of Killers is a 95%. Prey is a 94%.
What, we're talking critic score?
Critic score.
Whoa. So Killer of Killers is number 1?
Yeah. Yeah, the tomato meter is 95% fresh for that. For all, and again, for all, like Rotten Tomatoes is far from a perfect metric, but it's
Far from a
it
perfect
is
metric.
it is a thing that we have a list of.
I mean, if that's not a ringing endorsement to go watch Killer of Killers, if you
Yeah.
haven't, like, maybe you're like, it's animated, it's not going to be as good. Shut up.
Right.
You're a stupid dum-dum, and you should go watch Predator Killer
You
of Killers
should,
because it
'cause
fucking
holy
rules.
shit. Yeah, so good.
Okay, so
So Predator is the baseline at 64. The next highest.
64.
Yeah. So I will tell you, the
Wait,
next
okay,
highest
so
Predator
after
movie.
Predator?
Yeah, there are 4 other Predator movies. The other 2 solely Predator movies, and then the 2 Alien versus Predator movies.
Right.
So Predator is a 64. The next highest rated is a 36. Which movie is it?
36?
Yes.
Wait, you're saying there's 3 other Predator movies, including the Alien versus Predator
There are
ones?
4 total. There is Predator 2. There is The Predator. There's Aliens versus Predator, and there's Aliens versus Predator Requiem.
You forget there's a movie called Predators.
Oh, I did forget that.
Is that not on there?
Let's see.
'Cause Predators is good.
Oh,
going
the
by
Alien
what you
Brody
said.
one. Yeah, the Adrian Brody one.
So you're telling me
That is
telling
a
me that Killer
65.
of
That
it
is
goes
slightly above the original Predator.
Okay, so you're telling me it goes Killer of Killers,
Prey.
Prey. Okay, Prey is above Badlands.
Yep. Badlands.
Prey, Badlands,
Predators.
Predators,
Predator.
Predator. So what is the jump down from 65 to 36?
Yes.
What's the next best Predator movie? One, I think that's crazy. I think it's crazy that Predator is lower than I think Predators is good, but Predator should be above Predators, I think.
And in the people score it is, but the critic score.
The next highest I got to say is Alien versus Predator.
The next highest is Predator 2 at a 36%. The next
That's
highest
rough.
one is a 34%.
Alien versus Predator?
Nope. The Predator.
What?
The next highest is Alien versus Predator at 21%.
21? Come on. Alien versus Predator is great.
And then Aliens versus Predator Requiem. Give me a guess at where we're at.
Oh, 5.
No, we did make double digits. It is a 12.
Okay. I was going to say 10 then. Yeah.
12.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem is one of the worst box office or blockbuster attempts I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And I do have a soft spot for the original Alien vs. Predator. I think it's a really fun movie that handles both franchises with respect and figures out the most logical way to get them to work together. I don't know. I like that movie. It's fun. It's not great, but it's fun.
Which is funny because, in this recent one that's quite critically acclaimed, we have the worlds of Alien and Predator merging.
Wayland Yutani synthetic is part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. The popcorn meter is a 95 on Badlands. Killer of Killers was an 89, which is weird to me.
That is weird. Killer of Killers rules.
Yeah.
I should watch that again. I want to watch that again. That movie rocked.
Prey the popcorn meter was a 74. The populace.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What is wrong with
idiots?
people? Well, it is a female lead. So
I was gonna say, how many people are there? Oh, the girl in it.
The interwebs are fickle when it comes to that shit.
Dummies. Bunch of dummies.
Now on the flip side, the original Predator is an 87 on the popcorn meter. So
original Predator is really good. That's a good solid movie. I don't know what else I have to say about Predator. I need to. I started watching The Predator.
Yeah.
And I thought it was bad, and I stopped watching it. Maybe I should at least finish that just for posterity.
Is that the Boyd Holbrook 2010 one?
Yeah, Shane Black.
Yep.
Written and directed. Yeah. Maybe I should give it a shot. I heard it's bad, and I thought it was bad, and I didn't finish it. Maybe I'll go back to it. Who knows? Not tonight though, because tonight We're talking about comic books. Steve, do you have a comic book to review?
I do. Do you?
I sure do. It's
I like
one
how I
that
said that
I
right
held
as
over
you
from
bent
last
away.
week. Yeah. I have one from local boy Steve Orlando. This is a
Nice.
book from Mad Cave called War Wolf. #1, War Wolf. And as soon as I was handed this book from Mustache Mike down at Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, I knew that I was going to like it based on the cover. Because the cover is just a dude in a shirt and tie holding like a staple gun or a nail gun.
Yeah.
But there's like UFOs and lightning and shit going on behind him. So it's like, okay, this is a normal guy fighting aliens of some kind. And the fact that it's called War Wolf, I was like, okay, big sci-fi vibes, but the word wolf is like a terrestrial thing.
Yeah.
So like the mix of that immediately, like I was like, maybe I'm not going to love it, but this is a book that I want to read. It was immediately a book that I wanted to read. And it's great. I liked it a lot. It's a very straightforward story.
Yep.
About a guy named something.
Guy's got a name.
I don't remember. Guy's name something. Tommy, I think his name's Tom something. Anyway, this is written by Steve Orlando. Artist is Marco Perugini. Colorist is Pascal Tora. Letterer is Lucas Gattoni. It intros you with this guy's background in this guy's life. He's kind of been a loser his whole life. Trying a bunch of different things, not really succeeding in a lot of them, kind of always dreaming about being more successful than he's able to be, but kind of like being pathetic at the same time. So kind of best thing to be. He gets a job as a security guard at a warehouse, and suddenly aliens appear in that warehouse. They kind of like beam into it looking for something. And they encounter this guy and his team of security guards who is forced to fight them and take them out. It's not a misunderstanding. They are violent aliens, therefore taking over the world. And he has to go up against them. And so the whole issue is pretty much a big fight. It's like a security guard fighting aliens in a warehouse.
There you go.
Yeah. Here's a show of the art.
Yeah.
Some cool like splash pages, him like teaming up with his fellow more cowardly security guard people. It was really good. And because it was so straightforward, and because that's just the plot of the book, again, after some initial background on the main character, it's just him fighting aliens and then realizing like, oh, this is going to happen other places. We need to be ready for this.
Yep.
So pretty streamlined story, and ends in a way that makes me want to know what's going to happen next. So if you're into cool sci-fi alien fighting books, I say pick up Warwolf from Syracuse's own Steve Orlando. Issue 2. Is it out yet? When's issue 2 coming out? What's it say?
Don't know.
No, issue 2 is not coming out till December 2025. So you have plenty of time to pick up issue 1, read it, and be ready for issue 2 in December. Warwolf, Mad Cave, Steve Orlando. Hit it up.
There you go.
What you got, Steve? What's your review?
Wouldn't you like to know, Mike? Wouldn't you like to know?
I'd love to. That's why I asked.
Because knowing is half the battle.
So you're a G.I. Joe, yeah.
G.I. Joe 13, the start of the Dreadnought War, was given to me. I read the first arc of G.I. Joe and a bunch of the spin-offs, which were kind of setting up a lot of the stuff in this Energon universe, which, it was cool to see the Joes interact with Transformers, and overall,
fun.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Williamson has done great on the Joe stuff. The aforementioned Daniel Warren Johnson absolutely blew up Transformers. That was amazing. To go from Daniel Warren Johnson to Kirkman, like that Transformers main line is just cooking with gas. With this, the Dreadnought War is kicking off a new arc. I believe it's the third arc of the mainline Joe comics. This one being the Dreadnoks, which are effectively a Mad Max style mercenary band. And actually, when you see the art, it is very, very Mad Maxy. In the, in the desert, guns on the cars, everything's going crazy.
Oh yeah,
type
cool.
situation. Yeah, you can see it right on the back cover too. But
dope.
Screams Fury Road if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
The the story was solid, like standard fare for what you'd expect out of a Joe book. Like Duke goes and does something stupid to try and do the right thing, and gets caught, and somehow ends up helping Cobra Commander escape from the Dreadnoks. It
Interesting.
makes sense in the book, but yeah, it's classic Joe. It's Josh Williamson on the writing, Tom Riley on art, Jordy Belair on colors, and because he's everywhere, Russ Wooten on letters. I feel like every book in the last maybe couple of months that I've reviewed that was a new title to me probably had Russ Wooten on letters.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah, if you're into G.I. Joe at all, like it's still a solid pickup and it's still a solid arc. And if you want to go back, I would highly recommend like the Duke mini they did, the Cobra Commander mini they did, the original, trades of G.I. Joe. Like that, this whole Energon universe has been a lot of fun, and it looks like they're going to be picking up at least an animated series of the Energon universe. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
we'll see how that all goes, and look out for more. But I would definitely, if you have any interest in GI Joe, it's a good pickup.
Awesome. Cool. Good to know. So yeah, go out and pick those up. And this week at your local comic book store, you may find the following books: Action Comics number 1092, Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 2, American Caper number 1, Aquaman 11, Batman number 162. I believe this is the next installment of Hush Volume 2. Batman Static Beyond number 1, Batman and Robin number 27, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring number 4, Blood and Thunder number 7, Conan the Barbarian number 26, Dick Tracy number 13, Fantastic Four number 5, G.I. Joe Real American Hero number 322, Hellboy and the BRPD The Ghost of Ships Labrador number 1, Iron and Frost number 2, Marvel Black, White, Blood and Guts number 2, Mr. Terrific Year 1 number 6, New Avengers number 6, Poison Ivy 2025 Annual number 1, Predator Badlands number 1. We talked about the movie. Now go buy the comic book. Red Hulk number 10, Spider Girl number 6, Spider-Man Wolverine number 7, Spider-Man Noir number 2, Star Wars number 7, Star Wars Han Solo Hunt for the Falcon number 3, Supergirl number 7, Superman, Kryptonite Spectrum number 4, Transformers 26, Ultimate Black Panther number 22, Ultimate Wolverine number 11, Venom number 251, and Wonder Woman number 12. Bam. I'll be picking up Batman 162 because I'm still reading Hush Part 2, despite it being not the best comic book story I've ever read. And I'll be getting Poison Ivy Annual. I did my darndest to catch up on my Poison Ivy issues this past week. I got like 2 more. I'll probably finish them hopefully before I leave for vacation. Going great, but I'm excited to read the Annual. And I think that's about it for me, Steve. What are you getting? Getting anything this week?
I don't know. That's the thing.
A mystery.
I may grab Predator Badlands 1 is not a movie adaptation. It's actually a prequel story.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mini that's a prequel to it, so I may pick that up.
Won't ruin anything.
No. And Hush, I fell off of, and I'm kind of glad.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I'm like, the more I hear, after the second one, I was like, I'm kind of glad I think I missed the 3rd issue of it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of glad I missed that in hindsight after hearing what everybody had been saying.
You haven't read the original, right?
No, I read the original.
You did read the original.
Yeah, I read your copy of the original.
That's right.
Or no, right. Okay. I bought the mini trade.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Long Halloween is what I read your copy of.
and Dark Victory, which
Yep.
you just recently gave back to me. Yeah, Hush 2 is just not hitting. It's
Crazy.
like they're squeezing too much into each issue. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta let it breathe. Gotta let it breathe. You're not. It's too much. Bleh. Yeah, I think that's all I got. That's all I got. I don't know. Is there anything else we should cover? Anything else we should talk about?
There's nothing that's jumping to my mind except the fact that people should probably like, subscribe, and do all the things to, leave a comment. Leaving comments, as strange as it sounds, helps us out immeasurably.
It really does.
It
really
will
does.
bump us up the algorithms, and let people hear us more often than not. So if you could be so kind as to leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice, or YouTube, or Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, yeah, we would much appreciate it. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I won't be around for a show next week. Steve might have something up his sleeve, so if he ends up being able to do that, keep your eyes open for that. Otherwise, we'll be dark next week. We'll be back in late November for our yearly Thanksgiving special. No, we don't do one of those.
Maybe we should start.
Maybe we should start. But until then, as the two suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Baru Lars, we say thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.